Testing. Yes, yeah, I am. Yeah, it's in the green, yeah. So, okay, yeah, I just did. So, yeah, I just did connect. So just let me know as soon as you hear it, and then, we'll go from there. And so, anyway, let's see here. So let's see, yeah. So let's see, we got 3:50 to go on the pregame clock now. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. And so anyway, let's see here. It's it's got a nice crowd here. Looks like they've got, probably will have over 1,000 people having come through this gym before the night is over. We had probably in the neighborhood of 250, 300 for the girls' game, and now, a lot more people filing in, of course. And so, anyway, just let me know as soon as you can hear me. It says 120. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, great. All right. Okay, thanks. No problem. No problem. Hello and welcome to Cascade High School in Clayton, Indiana. My name is Lec Zorn and I'll be bringing you all the action as your Cascade Cadets challenge the Owen Valley Patriots in Game 8 of the Indiana High School basketball season. Well, earlier tonight, your Cascade Lady Cadets lost to the 5th-ranked and undefeated Owen Valley Lady Patriots by a score of 66-51 here on AudioSportsOnline.com in the first half of a boys-girls varsity doubleheader. And now it's time for the boys' teams for those respective schools to play. Now, amazingly, even though this is Cascade's 8th game of the season, it's actually their first at home. Like the girls' team, the boys' team is coming off one of the best seasons in school history, but is struggling because of much decreased offensive production. While 6'5 senior Dalton DuBois is off to a very good start, averaging team highs of 17.8 points and 7 rebounds a game, he's not getting a lot of scoring help, and no one has stepped up to fill the gap left by last season's double-figure senior starters Evan Birch and Alec Alderson. 5'9 senior point guard Michael Alderson is a distant second on the team with 7.7 points per game, while leading the team with 3.3 assists per game. And in addition, 6'6 junior Benson Walker is averaging 4.5 points per game. No other cadet is averaging at as many as 3 points a game. And Cascade scoring is down nearly 13 points per game from last season, 57.4 to 44.6. And now here we have the opening tip-off. I apologize for the shortened pregame show. We had a little bit of audio difficulties that we've gotten ironed out now. So Michael Alderson will bring the ball up. Owen Valley enters the game with a record of 2-2 on a 2-game winning streak. Dalton DuBois now inside, and now we've got a whistle here as DuBois tried to hit Stevenson for a layup. The foul is going to go against Steven Atkinson. He is a 6'2 freshman for the Patriots. Now a three-pointer is up and good after a few bounces there. So that was their Dylan Compliment starts off the game with a three-pointer. Good to see someone other than DuBois get into the action offensively early. You know, Dalton DuBois had the first 7 points. And then an NBA distance three there. Is good there by Robert Harrington. So it's a 3-3 game here in the opening minute here at Clayton. And now thinks about a three there. Benson Walker thought about a three. Now DuBois drives to the basket, and I think they got him for a charge there. But DuBois scored the first 7 points last Saturday at Danville. Looked like he wanted to take the game over, but he just couldn't do it by himself. And after Cascade led 7-4, Danville went on to win by a score of 89-46. So now a steal. They're tipped into the hands of Benson Walker at 6'6", tallest player for these cadets. And certainly with Walker at 6'6" and DuBois at 6'5", Cascade will have a solid size advantage in this game. 3-3 here. It's the second game of a boys-girls varsity doubleheader. Now a near steal there. Walker gets it, puts it up off the puts up a short floater, no good. However, Stevenson puts it back up and in to give Cascade the lead back, 5-3. And now another long three. This no good. However, Owen Valley got the rebound, puts it up, no good. And now they got their third shot of the possession, no good. So Cascade finally comes away with the rebound. This time Alderson breaks it up, pitches down to DuBois, fakes the three, drives to the lane, turnaround jumper, no good. Stevenson the rebound, and he pitches back out. Now a compliment, fakes the three, and then they got him for a travel there as he drives to the basket. 6:04 to go here in the first quarter. Cascade 5, Owen Valley 3. Owen Valley started off the season with a couple of losses, 70-58 to Bloomfield and 55-34 to Indian Creek, but then rebounded, beating West Vigo 41-37 and Brown County 53-50. Brown County is the only common opponent of the two teams. Cascade beat the Eagles 55-41. As I said, Owen Valley only beat them 53-50. So now Stevenson for three. And he hit it after it rolled around. So Stevenson with 5 quick points, and it's an 8-3 cadet lead. They started off the season with a 7-game road trip. The girls, ironically, ended a 7-game road trip tonight here. So a great way to end the 14. And there is Stephen Atkinson with a nice reverse layup there. 8-5 your score now. But yeah, after 7 boys games on the road and 7 girls games on the road, all consecutively, it's great to end it with this boys-girls varsity doubleheader tonight. So now jump shot just inside the lane, good by Harrington. He has 5 to lead the Patriots. They cut the lead to 1. Now fakes the 3 from the corner, and now pitches inside, knocked away, but Walker gets it, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound, and now we got to fight for the rebound. The possession arrow favors Owen Valley there on the jump ball. So 8-7 is the score in favor of Cascade. They have never trailed. We had a tie at 3, and then the Cadets ran off 5 points in a row. Owen Valley's since answered with 4 points in a row. This has been a very even matchup in recent years. The teams have split their last 12 matches. And now aggressive drive to the basket. Turnaround jump shot is good there. That was Isaac Wood for Owen Valley, and the Patriots get their first lead of the game by a score of 9-8, excuse me. And now we've got a whistle here, and it will be Owen Valley's ball. It's a foul on Stevenson. I'll tell you, Stevenson. Stevenson is 5'11". I'm 5'10", and I mention that because I can't imagine just getting inside the way he does. He's a fearless player. I really admire him for a team that outside of Walker and Du Bois doesn't have a lot of size, and he tries to compensate for it, and he gets in there and he gets an occasional rebound for Cascade. But anyway, Owen Valley's leading scorer is Isaac Wood, and now we got a 3-pointer there, and it's good. Atkinson hits a 3. So he has 5 now, and all of a sudden it's a 9-0 run there by Owen Valley, who are currently playing a 2-3 zone. Alderson brings it up, gives it over to Compliment, then and now we've got a kicked ball by Owen Valley, so Cascade retains possession. Now Stevenson and Walker sitting down for the Cadets. No, I'm sorry, Stevenson staying in. So Compliment with the ball. Over to Stevenson, back to Compliment. Now over to Walker, who puts up a 3. No good after a couple of bounces. I'm sorry, it's Du Bois, excuse me, on that shot. So now drive to the basket is up. That's a beautiful layup there by Wood, who has 4 now. So a very balanced scoring there by Owen Valley. Harrington with 5, Atkinson's with 5, Wood with 4. 2:44 to go here in the first quarter. 11-point run there by, and now a travel there. I think it was Compliment they got there for the travel. So 14-8 now, an 11-0 run by Owen Valley, trying to take the game over here. Now another drive to the basket. And I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with Wood, only 6 feet tall, but he leads the team in scoring with 13.8 points per game as well as 1.8 steals per game. He's the only double-figure scorer on the season for the only player averaging in double figures for the Patriots. And now a drive to the basket. A beautiful underhanded move, and he hit it there. That was Chase Western, and yes, that is his real name. Breaking the 11-0 scoring streak by the Patriots. His free throw is up and no good. 14-10 your score now. But anyway, like I said, Wood is the only double-figure scorer, the only player averaging in double figures for Owen Valley. Second on the team in scoring is Robert Harrington, who averages 8.5 points and a team-high 3.3 assists a game. He is a 5'9 senior. And now we've got a travel there against Owen Valley, so Cascade will get the ball, a chance to make it a one-possession game. And then, in addition, Harrington also averages 1.8 steals a game, tying with Wood for the team lead. And then third on the team in scoring, we have Keaton Richardson, a 6'1 junior, who averages 7.3 points a game. And now, nice save there by Alderson at the other end. And the ball knocked away to Wood, who brings it down himself. Now pitches over, three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds to Cascade. But anyway, then finally fourth on the team in scoring is 6' senior Cameron Marsh, who averages 6.8 points and a team-high 5.5 rebounds. And finally, 6'2 freshman Stephen Atkinson averages 5 points a game. And I'll tell you, with an overall lack of height on the Owen Valley team, I'm sure they're really hoping that Atkinson, now at 6'2 as a freshman, will grow several more inches. And now a three-pointer there, swish there by Compliment. That's his second three of the game, and Owen Valley gets the Cascade gets the lead back. So it's been a game of runs. We had an 11-0 run by Owen Valley, followed by a 7-0 run by Cascade. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Clayton. But that's the thing, when you have a player who's really young, like a freshman, sophomore, and you think, gee, if he, especially if he grows another 5-6 inches or so, just imagine how good he'll be. But you never know. Frank Layden, a longtime head coach of the Utah Jazz, famously said you can't coach height. And now a steal there. Alderson took it right out of the hands of, and he lays it in. So Michael Alderson with his first points, and it's a 9-0 Cascade run. And now Harrington now with a jump shot that he swishes. And that's the end of the quarter. So after one quarter of play here in Clayton, we got a barn burner of a game brewing, with Owen Valley leading Cascade by a score of 16-15. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors on AudioSportsOnline.com. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health. Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency. Gold Partner, Endeavor Communications. Silver Partner, Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner, Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student-athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're about to start the second quarter of this very exciting game between your Cascade Cadets and the Owen Valley Patriots. Second game of a boys-girls varsity doubleheader. In the opener, it was tied. In the girls' game, it was tied 13-13 after one before Owen Valley outscored the Lady Cadets 29-15 in the second quarter, as a result of several very bad passes by Cascade that were converted into easy points. This game, very similar story after one quarter. This time it's a 1-point lead. Hopefully Cascade will move ahead here in the second quarter and stay there, but we'll see. By the way, I apologize. It was not I apologize. It was a 7-0, not 9-0 run there by Cascade. So I got a little ahead of myself there. I said in the first quarter that Cascade was on a 9-0 run. It only got up to 7. So now Walker's ball stripped away there by Wood, who brings it down. Now pitches over. Now a three-pointer by Atkinson. No good. Just barely grazed the side of the rim. Now beautiful move there by Wood. However, he's no good. Wood's a very dramatic player. Really undersized. It looks like he plays with. And now I think they're going to get Du Bois for a charge there. Du Bois, and you got to feel, a little. little, you got to feel good about this if you're. Well, actually, it's not good that Du Bois has a second foul here early in the second quarter, but it is a good sign that they only trail by one, even though he hasn't scored. Similarly, in the first game, Peyton Caterini, who's Owen Valley's marquee player on the girls' side, did not score in the first quarter. However, she ended up with 19 on the game. I believe 13 of them came in the second quarter when Owen Valley started to, take charge of the game. And now a three-pointer there from the corner by Atkinson. He has 8 to lead all scorers, and Owen Valley goes up by a score of 19-15. And now pass knocked away, and however, Alderson gets a steal at the other end, brings it down himself, tries to take it coast to coast. He puts it off the glass and hits it. So Alderson with 4 points. He had 12 in the Danville game last Saturday, including a shot from that he swished from a little beyond the half-court line. And now a steal there by Western. Tipped away, however, and now it should be an easy layup there, and it is there by Cameron Marsh, who gets his first points. So it's a 21-17 Owen Valley lead, 6:06 to go here in the second quarter at Clayton. Second game of a boys-girls varsity doubleheader. Owen Valley won the girls' game 66-51, dropping Cascade to 3-8 on the season. They came in having won 3 of their last 4. So now turnaround floater by, and now we've got a timeout by Owen Valley. But yeah, Western just didn't put enough on that floater there at the other end. So Owen Valley with the ball and a 4-point lead here. Piece of trivia, Owen Valley's head coach is Roger Fleetwood, who's not one of the best-known high school coaches here in Indiana, but he's certainly one of the most traveled. He's actually in his 40th year, believe it or not, as a head coach. His overall record, he's in his second season with the Patriots. He's 12-17, and he's 522 and 398 overall. He's previously been the head coach here in Indiana with Whitco, Brown County, Perry Meridian, and Southmont. He's also coached. He's also been the head coach of high school teams in Georgia and Florida. And when he coached at South Gwinnett High School in Atlanta, one of his players was Lou Williams, who currently plays for the Los Angeles Clippers of the NBA, now in his 13th season in the league. He's been a consistent double-figure scorer for most of his career. So now, baseline jumper there, no good. Walker with the rebound. They're really going to need him to be a strong inside presence while Du Bois is out of the game. So compliment pitches over to Alderson, to Walker at the top of the key. Over to Alderson. 5:16 to go here in the second quarter. Alderson with the ball. Owen Valley in a 2-3 zone. Now pitches inside to Walker. Turnaround jump shot. He banks it in. And the scoreboard guy, I hope he realizes this quickly. He actually credited the points to Owen Valley. So now 5 cadets have scored. Du Bois is not one of them. But Owen Valley only leads by 2, amazingly. Cascade, like I said, they need to get some more offense going. Walker's their only double-figure scorer per game on the season. Now it goes out, that missed shot goes out of bounds to Cascade. Alderson a distant second with 7.7 a game. So both the boys and girls, same problem. They need more scoring. Girls down 10.5 points a game from last season. Boys down nearly 13. Both the boys and the girls lost 2 double-figure scores to graduation. 3 of the 4 are playing college ball. Bailey Walker and Michaela Collier for the girls. Walker at Franklin, Collier at Goshen, and then Evan Birch for the boys also playing at Franklin. It's really an amazing accomplishment for a school of under 500 students in 1 year to put 3 players in college basketball. It's a great testament to how strong the program is here at Cascade. So now Alderson with the ball. Cascade trailing by 2. Alderson has it near midcourt. Owen Valley in a 2-3 zone. He and Compliment have been passing back and forth. Now Compliment across court to Western. Western drives to the baseline, puts it up, and I think they got him for a charge. So 3:40 to go here in the second quarter. It's been a very fast-paced evening. We will be back here tomorrow afternoon as the girls play South Putnam in a revenge match from last year's sectional. And now Alderson goes for the steal, but it goes out of bounds to Owen Valley. Yeah, South Putnam gave us a shocking upset in our first playoff game last year, and 63-52 after we had beaten them in the regular season, 68-46. And now turnaround jumper is good there by Keaton Richardson with his first points. So 5 players from each team have already scored. 23-19 your score in favor of Owen Valley. Stevenson now with the ball. Pitches over to and now Cascade takes a timeout with 3:03 to go here in the second quarter at Clayton. Tell you, speaking of Keaton Richardson, that's just another example of one of the odd trends for me in the last generation, which is starting to give kids first names that traditionally have been people's last names. That's the first time I ever remember Keaton, though. But, anyway, I actually, believe it or not, I made diplomas I made high school diplomas as well as college degrees and other various certificates. That was my job for 4 years, so I tend to pay attention to names a lot more than most people do. So, and certainly I have noticed in my 6 seasons as a high school sports commentator, I started in 2012, and I don't remember any players named Peyton when I first started, and now there's a whole slew of them, both boys and girls, so what a difference one man makes. And, I really for a long time, well, I shouldn't say for a long time, for 3 or 4 years, I really thought Andrew Luck was going to take the torch from Peyton Manning, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And I really care less about it than I expected I would, though. I've been boycotting both the NFL and the NBA recently. I'm tired of all the politics. Friday, hold that thought. And now 3-pointer by Alderson, no good. Du Bois back in the game gets it and puts it back up and in, and he gets his first points, cutting the lead to 2. But, I heard Sean Hannity say right after the mass kneel-downs for the national anthem that right now Saturday is his football day. And I was thinking at the time, heck, Friday is my football day, I'm a big Friday Night Lights guy. And now it's, holds true even after football season is over. There, a 3-pointer, no good. Alderson comes away with the rebound. So Stevenson with the ball now pitches over to Compliment now. Compliment shoots a 3. He hit it! Dylan Compliment having an outstanding game so far. He has 9 points all on threes, and Cascade gets the lead back 24-23. And now the ball knocked out of bounds to Owen Valley. I'll tell you, other than Du Bois, Alderson, and Walker, no cadet is averaging as many as 3 points a game this season. Now a steal there by Dalton Du Bois. He misses a layup. The ball's knocked out of bounds to Owen Valley. So the Patriots trailing by 1, 150 to go here. They're trailing by 1 with 150 to go here in the third quarter, or second quarter, excuse me. But yeah, I guess I guess it's accurate to call the gym lights here the Friday Night Lights, since this is Friday. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very humbling experience for the NFL to, well, it already has been, to find that, even diehard football fans can find other things to do on Sundays. So we'll see how they respond. I was shocked that Roger Goodell got a contract extension after really what I consider to be a terrible lack of leadership through this whole national anthem ordeal. It's if he were taking a solid stance one way or the other, even if I disagreed with his stance, I would at least laud him for his leadership, but he's just been so wishy-washy about the whole thing. And it's been very, very damaging to the league. So now a three-pointer there by Wood, no good. Stevenson the rebound. Gives it to Alderson, who brings it up. Under a minute to go in the quarter now. No good off the glass there by Alderson. Wood comes away with the rebound, pitches over to, and now a three-pointer from the corner. No good there by Marsh. And now it's nearly stripped away. And now we got a jump ball. Well, I thought there was going to be a jump ball, but Walker got it. Now there's a lay-in there by Compliment. He has 11. So, well, I talk about, how both the boys and the girls need another score. Maybe Compliment is that guy for Cascade. He has a game-high 11 now, and it's a 3-point Cadets lead. 11 seconds to go here in the first half at Clayton. 8:04 your time of day. Now a drive to the basket by Wood. He's double-teamed, and he's fouled. No, I'm sorry, that was Harrington, excuse me. By the way, that was Mason Tharp there for the foul, his first, team fifth. First one is no good. Second one is good. So 4 seconds left. Let's see if Cascade does anything with it. Alderson and tries to bank it in. He got a good look at it, but no good. Nevertheless, Cascade heads to the locker room with a 2-point lead, 26-24 over Owen Valley here on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back with the first half recap after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency, Gold Partner Endeavor Communications, Silver Partner Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're at halftime of a barn burner of a game in which your Cascade Cadets are leading the visiting Owen Valley Patriots by a score of 26-24. It's a game in which Owen Valley went down 8-3, scored 11 points in a row. However, Cascade answered with 7 points in a row of their own, and the teams have been going back and forth since. Currently, Cascade is on top by 2. Dylan Compliment having a breakthrough game tonight. He leads all scorers with 11 points, followed by Ross Stevenson with 5. Michael Alderson with 4. Chase Western with 2. Benson Walker with 2. And Dalton DuBois with 2. Meanwhile, for the Owen Valley Patriots, Robert Harrington and Robert Harrington and Stefan Atkinson lead the way with 8 points each, followed by Isaac Wood with 4, Cameron Marsh with 2, and Keaton Richardson with 2. So, this is a game in which there's really, a lot to feel good about for Cascade so far. They have not made many mistakes tonight. They've fought hard. They've really, hopefully they were, in the crowd for the girls' game and, saw how the Lady Cadets failed to take care of the ball in the second half and realized that they themselves better take care of it, and they have done that. And that helped them stay within striking distance, even when Dalton DuBois was on the bench there in the second quarter with foul trouble, and Benson Walker was their only good-sized player into the game. And I'll tell you, if you'd have told me, because I thought this is a game in which Cascade would probably win. If there were betting lines on high school sports, Cascade probably would have been about an 8 or 10 favorite coming into this game, 8 or 10 point favorite. But with Dalton DuBois having scored about 40% of his team's points this season, averaging 17 a game, while nobody else on the team's averaged, more than 7.7 a game. And, if I knew that he was only going to have 2 points at the half, I thought Cascade would have been in trouble. But as it is, we've got a lead. So now if we can just keep DuBois in there the entire second half, and if Complement can keep on doing what he's doing, hopefully keep on doing it all season. But if he can, keep on doing what he's doing the rest of this game, then I believe we are going to hold on to do it and to get the win. Move up to 3-5 on the season, and continue to right the ship. Cascade coming into this game, they were 2-5. They had played a lot of tough teams, but one thing that really hurt is that 4 of the 5 losses came in the neighborhood of 30 points or more. I call it 43 against Danville last Saturday, a game that we brought you here on audiosportsonline.com. So, in short, and by the way, to put Dylan Complement's Dylan Complement, by the way, coming into this game tonight, averaging only 1.3 points a game. Now, he has averaged 4.5 rebounds, but still 1.3 points a game. You got to wonder, what happened to the guy, through our first, it's really been a great scoring explosion for him. And so, hopefully he will keep it up all season. He was 0 for 13 on three-pointers through the first 6 games, and then tonight he's hit 3 of them. So maybe, he's finally hit a stride, and of course being a senior, now's a good time to do it. So, boy, if he can, even average 7 or 8 points a game the rest of the season, that could really be the difference between us, having a winning record or not, and having a shot in the sectional. And I think our sectional is going to be a lot more wide open this year. I think last year, because Cloverdale had Cooper Neese, he was one of the top scorers in state history, one of the best shooters in state history, now a freshman for Butler. I think it was pretty well a foregone conclusion they were going to win the sectional, but this year it's a lot more up for grabs. So especially if we were to get a good draw, get a first round bye, things like that, then, we might have a shot to, make some noise in the sectional this year. So 4:02 on the pregame clock now. And they're having some sort of, some kind of, presentation here. I'm sorry that, I was so busy doing the halftime show. So busy doing the halftime show, I have no idea what they're recognizing. But anyway, it's a good, I'm sure that these people have all accomplished something that's worth recognizing. So wish them all the best, and glad to have them here with us tonight in the audience. And I'll tell you, this is our only boys-girls doubleheader here at Cascade this season. We had 3 last year, Brown County, Edgewood, and Cloverdale. We've already played those 2 of those 3 teams this season. They were both on the road, Brown County and Edgewood, and those were both boys-girls doubleheaders. And the other one, Cloverdale, will be a boys-girls doubleheader as well. And it will be one of several road games that we bring you this year on audiosportsonline.com. That will be 4 weeks from tonight, Friday, January the 12th. Hope you all will get out there for that one. Cloverdale's, I think, only about a 25, 30-minute drive or so, mostly down US 40. And, I had to get some kind of corporate sponsorship from a map company or something like that, because, I found myself more and more, the longer I commentate, giving directions to the fans to the next road game, encouraging them to get out there, because I've, made the trip so many times myself. So now Owen Valley returns, a little past the 2:30 mark and the halftime clock. Cascade has not returned yet. I'd imagine they would very soon. So, this year marks the 30th anniversary of of IU's last national championship team, that magical 86-87 team, which I had such a blast following. And it was during that team when I first thought it would be cool to be a sports commentator. It took me another 25 years before I actually became a sports commentator, although when I started, I never looked back. But anyway, on the 30th anniversary of several major events, I went onto YouTube and successfully found and watched some of the great games from that year, including their last three tournament games, the wins over LSU, UNLV, and Syracuse. And, of course, Syracuse is the one that's the most remembered by far of those because, obviously, it was for the national championship. But I'll tell you, the game that I reacted to the most during that run, well, the play I reacted the most to was in the Final Eight game against LSU. You go back in the Syracuse game, I really felt we were going to win the whole way, even though it was neck and neck for most of the way. But against LSU, when we were down by 9 with under 5 minutes to go, I pretty much was, already speaking the eulogy on the season, and I was devastated because that was the year when everything had lined up perfectly for IU to win it. And then, of course, we made the furious comeback. And then, in the final seconds, when Daryl Thomas unsuccessfully tried to draw the contact and flung the ball up in the air, and then Ricky Callaway, the Cincinnati kid who was playing in his hometown, grabbed it out of the air and laid it in. I reacted to that, I think, even more than I did 8 days later when Keith Smart hit that game-winning shot. And then, of course, the UNLV game was a barn burner. They were actually ranked number 1. I believe they were a unanimous number 1 to close out the regular season with the late Armin Gilliam as well as the three-point maestro Freddie Banks, but we managed to pull out that one as well. And I'll tell you, when I watched that, it was very emotional for me when I watched Keith Smart's shot go in on the 30th anniversary. I managed to find the entire CBS broadcast, including the commercials. And when the ball was in the air, even though, of course, intellectually I knew it was going to go in, it was like for just a moment I had a mental block and I didn't remember. I just felt this, high tension, like I didn't know if it was going to go in or not. And it was like for a moment I was back in 1987 again when I was only 16. And it was just, to me, and now turnaround jump shot by Benson Walker. No good. Ross Stevenson, however, picks it up. No good on the putback. And now stripped away, and Robert Harrington brings it down, gives it over to Wood. No good on the... No, it had 4 or 5 bounces and finally fell. And we got a tie game here, 26-26. I'm sorry, that was Harrington, excuse me. He has 10 now to lead the Patriots. And I'll try to finish my story at the next dead ball. But now a fake the three by... I'll tell you, though, as Walker is fouled, they're going to the basket. But that's, a great example of how much we need a second reliable score. Because you see, Compliment, he'd already hit threes. He'd already made 3 field goals from 3-point range, and he instantly attracted defensive attention, which opens holes for other players. And now Stevenson hits a 3. So Stevenson with 8 now. So you see, that's how, one player, does something good, and it creates opportunities for other players. So hopefully Compliment will keep this up. And Stevenson, too, he's having a nice game now with 8 points. And it's a 3-point Cascade lead now. 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. Cascade with a 29-26 lead here at Clayton. Now, nice reverse move there by Du Bois. He has only 4, but his team goes up by 5. 6:24 to go. Cascade trying to get a win here in their home debut, and now we got a foul there. Somebody made a little too aggressive a reach to try to take the ball from Marsh. That's a foul on Compliment, only his first, team first of the half. So now Harrington with the ball. And now mishandled pass. It's knocked out of bounds to Owen Valley, however, with 6:03 to go. So now errant pass goes out of bounds. There's mishandled there by Tyler Raudebush. Cascade now with the ball in a 5-point lead. DuBois, baseline jumper, no good off the side of the rim. Walker flings it back, no good. However, Stevenson gets it, and he puts it back in. Russ Stevenson with 10. So 2 double-figure scores for Cascade, and guess what? Neither of them are DuBois, who has only 2, yet it's a 7-point Cascade lead. Now a three-pointer. Wow, that's an NBA distance three-pointer by Isaac Wood. He has 7. Now they're probably going to need a big second half out of him. So we got a timeout cutting the lead to 33-29. But anyway, let me finish my story here. You see, I mean, part of it was that it was a great game, and I was glad IU won. That's why, part of the reason I was so emotional when I was, felt like I was back in 1987 again. But a lot of it is just that it just, to me, and maybe at that time, people of my parents' generation thought of the previous generation the same way. But to me, it just seems like that was just a more innocent time. I mean, where people weren't worried about terrorism happening in this country, and people weren't worried about their children getting shot and killed, at school because of a mass shooter, And it's just, so maybe, we have made some progress in some ways as a society since then, but I think in a lot of other ways we've just gone, unfortunately, too far in the other direction, and hopefully we'll get it turned around while there's still time. But, and now DuBois posts up right-handed hook, and he hits it, so he has 6 now. DuBois starting to warm up here. 6-point Cascade lead, 4:45 to go. Harrington, and now I think they got him for an over and back violation. He pitched up to Wood, who pitched it back, and indeed it looked to me like Harrington's foot was on the line. So now Stevenson to inbound. .436 to go. Cascade on top, 35-29 here at Clayton. And now Benson Walker goes for a shot. It's rejected by Atkinson, but I think they're going to get him for a foul. Yes, they do, so Walker will go to the line. .95 run by Cascade to start off the third quarter. Walker is no good on the free throw and a couple of bounces off the front of the rim. Hits the second one. Walker with 3 now. Boy, the scoreboard operators really made some mistakes tonight, and he hasn't put that free throw up there yet. Now 3-pointer there, no good by Wood. And now Harrington gets it, puts it up, no good. And rebound there by Alderson. So the little guy's getting some rebounds tonight. And however, errant passes, he tries to hit Walker. Miscommunication between the two. It goes out of bounds to Owen Valley with 4:02 to go here in the third quarter. And I'll tell you that it's a real serious problem when your scoreboard operator's not updating, because it can really, give the players, it can change the strategy of the players if they, you don't realize what the actual score is. So that's definitely something to work on. And now stripped away there by Alderson, pitches all the way down to Du Bois. He, it rolls off, but, they almost got, but Owen Valley got the rebound. I thought Cascade was going to get it. So now Andrew Mauder brings it up. He gives it up for a three-pointer. No good. Rebound there by Compliment, gives it up to Du Bois. And he's fouled going for the lay-in. So Du Bois will go to the free throw line. And they still have not put that free throw up there yet. Wow. And then at least twice tonight. Well, hold on. And now Du Bois no good on the first free throw. Now a couple of substitutions. Stevenson sitting down. Western coming in. Also, let's see. Bryson Phillips into the game now for Cascade. Second free throw is good. Du Bois with 7 now. Now a three-pointer, and it's good there. Boy, did Owen Valley ever need that one. That was Richardson there. He has 5 now, cutting the lead to 5. They finally got the scoreboard corrected. And now a couple of short bank shots, no good there by Walker, and now Owen Valley can cut it to one possession. Three-pointer there, no good by Richardson. And now beautiful rebound by Western, who lays it in. Takes it coast to coast. Chase Western with 4 now. I bet if Chase Western were famous, I bet he could get, an endorsement deal with Chase Western. So now, I guess Milton Bradley, the baseball player, and now down court, Du Bois got overzealous on the down court pass. That's one of the few fundamental mistakes Cascades made tonight. Now a shot by Owen Valley, no good. However, Raudebush comes with the rebound, and now we've got a whistle here. Let's see what that's all about. So now Cascade will be inbounding the ball. Bryson Phillips brings it up for Cascade. He is a 5'9" junior. Walker now with the ball over to a compliment. Over to Du Bois, three-pointer from the corner. No good. And who was that? That was Richardson there with the rebound. Keaton Richardson, a 6'1" junior, one of the bigger players for Owen Valley. Now, underhanded shot, no good there by Raudebush. Now, Du Bois brings it down at the other end. I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with Du Bois' ball handling skills for a big guy. I think he should be playing in college next year. At 6'5", probably won't get any Division I scholarships to play as a power forward or center, but I think he'll play for a lower division school and probably do very well. (39-32) your score. Cascade leads. 1:12 to go here in the third quarter. Now Stevenson lays it in. He has a game high 12. Wow. And now another shot, no good by Owen Valley. And Cascade now has a chance to push the lead into double figures. They're up 41-32. 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter at Clayton. Well, on the season, hold that thought. Du Bois with the ball just inside the midcourt line. But on the season, Stevenson and Compliment averaging a combined 3.7 points a game. And now And now Western tips it in. He has 6. 12 points, 12 seconds to go in the quarter now. And now a jump shot is up and good there by Harrington. He has a team high and game high tying 12. And now Alderson just inside the, wow, he nearly hit a shot from just inside the half-court lane. He did hit a three-pointer from just beyond the half-court line at the end of the third quarter of the Danville game. Nevertheless, a great quarter by your Cascade Cadets. They lead the Owen Valley Patriots by a score of 43-34 here on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back with the thrilling conclusion after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency, Gold Partner Endeavor Communications, Silver Partner Electric Plus, and Bronze Partner Hankey Photography and DMH Photographics. Well, back here at Clayton, where it looks like the boys team in Cascade basketball is about to salvage this boys-girls doubleheader against Owen Valley. The girls lost earlier this evening, 66-51. However, the boys enter the fourth quarter with a 43-34 lead, playing their first home game of the season. Ross Stevenson and Dylan Compliment, two players who've averaged 3.7 points a game on the season, combined for 23 tonight, and that is all the difference. Now they just got to keep it up. I mean all season long. So now Du Bois drives, and he puts it up and hits it, and he's fouled. So Du Bois with 9, a chance to become Cascade's third double-figure scorer on the season. Du Bois the only one averaging in double figures, but, two guys beat him there tonight. Once again, Compliment and Stevenson. Air ball on the free throw. Nevertheless, 11-point lead for the Cadets, 7:47 to go. Now, bank shot blocked by Du Bois, and he pitches down court to Western, who mishandles it. I meant jump shot, not bank shot, excuse me. But nevertheless, now another pass deflected there, and now they got Alderson for a travel on the ground. So it will be Owen Valley ball with 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cascade on top, 45-34. Benson Walker coming back in for Cascade now. Let's see who will sit down. So Du Bois will sit down very possibly for the final time tonight. Then again, hopefully Cascade will, pull away and they won't need Du Bois, but we'll see. Both of these teams, by the way, playing their first game since last Saturday, so they should both be well rested. Cascade returns to action again Tuesday night at Greencastle. So now, Harrington with the ball. Now inside, bank shot, no good. Rebounded there by Alderson. He pitches down court to Walker, wide open, and he lays it in. Benson Walker with 5. So now, wide open three-pointer is good there. Much needed. That was Richardson. He has 8. He's hit a couple of threes tonight. Cuts the lead to 10, 6:19 to go. And now we got a whistle here. Okay, I believe that Coach Du Bois took a timeout. So, let me catch my breath there. 6:13 to go here at Clayton. Your Cascade Cadets trying to hang on to get their third victory of the season. They lead Owen Valley 47-37 here on audiosportsonline.com. My name is Lec Zorn, the voice of Cascade basketball, really the voice of Cascade sports as well. I commentated football this season as well, and I've really fallen in love here with the beautiful community of Clayton as well as the school. You know, the athletes, the parents have such great support here for the kids, a great program that really develops the kids both as athletes and as students. So anyway, you know, getting back to what I was saying earlier, though, in regard to, you know, my sentiment about IU's, the 30th anniversary of IU's national championship, is that, you know, I think every generation seems to think that, you know, things were better, you know, when they were kids. But, you know, and maybe 30 years from now I'll look back and think that, you know, gee, I really miss the good old days of 2017. But certainly, you know, it was, you know, the problems that we had at that time just don't seem like they were that big a deal in context of the problems of today. So now the ball into Du Bois. He drives at the basket, tries to draw contact. I thought he had some, but there was no foul called. Nevertheless, he does lay it in. He has 11 now. So 3 double-figure scores for the Cadets. That alone is darn good news as they have a game-high 12-point lead now with 5:56 to go. Turnaround jumper in. Well, it falls back. It was about to say in and out, but it fell back in by Richardson. He's trying to keep this team afloat. He gets the lead to 10. He has 10 on the game. Wow, a couple of behind-the-back dribbles. However, it's a steal by Atkinson, who lays it in. So Walker got a little too fancy with the behind-the-back dribbling there. And now another steal attempt, this time, however, a foul. And now each team has 3 double-figure scores. And now Du Bois said something to Walker. I couldn't tell what it was. Probably something about, you know, maybe about no showboating. The lead now cut to 8. That foul, by the way, a very aggressive foul, was against Atkinson. That's his 5th. He is the first player in this of this evening in either game to foul out. And now inside to Du Bois, and he lays it in. So now all of a sudden, Dalton Du Bois in a familiar position. He now is the leading scorer for this game, and the lead goes back up to 10. 5:08 to go. This is Cascades to lose now. Now a long three there, no good. Du Bois the rebound. Du Bois slowly but surely starting to take the game over. He drives in now. No good on the lay-in, though. It looks like he was again trying to draw contact and didn't get the foul, though. And now a nice steal attempt there by Compliment, who's had, by his standards, a monster of a game. 11 points for a 1.3 a game scorer. So now Richardson to inbound. 4:40 to go for Owen Valley to make up 10 points. And now the ball knocked out of bounds to Cascade. 4:34 to go, 51-41, Cadets on top. 8:37 your time of day. We will be back on the air at 1:15 tomorrow for a girls' home game against South Putnam. I wish they would have let me bring my sleeping bag and just sleep here in the gym, since I'll be calling the game as well. Now Du Bois no good on a three-pointer, And the rebound tipped over to Owen Valley. Out of bounds to Owen Valley, excuse me. Harrington brings it up past midcourt. Over to Wood, drives the baseline, and we got a foul here. That's on Western. But get this. With 4:07 to go in the fourth quarter, that's only Cascade's second foul of the half. That's Western's second, by the way. And now a near steal there by a compliment. And but however, the shot is blocked inside the lane there by Du Bois. And now a fight for the loose ball, jump ball possession. Arrow favors Owen Valley. 3:59 to go. Cascade leading by 10. And now the official was talking to Colin McMahon, who's newly into the game for Cascade. But yeah, another thing, I think, looking back at the sentiment of IU's 87 national championship is that it was a time when, college basketball really ruled the state. We had the Colts then, but, they did not have the status in the state, that IU basketball did. IU basketball was really the king of the state at the time. And, I really think that meant as much to us as the Colts Super Bowl did several years later. Well, 20 years later. So, yeah, and I really miss those days. And now sometimes I go entire seasons without watching a single IU basketball game. I never would have believed that would have happened in my life, And now. And now they got Cascade for they got Walker for a push off there. That's only his first foul, however, and team third. 3:43 to go. Owen Valley with the ball trailing by 10. Now a three-pointer there by Wood, in and out. However, Owen Valley gets the rebound, and Harrington puts it up and hits it. He has a team high 14, cuts the lead to 8. And now they go for and now they get this and now lay it in. They steal the inbounds pass. I believe that was Harrington again. And now Cascade calls a timeout to avoid a 5-second violation. So all of a sudden, Owen Valley, they're in striking distance. They cut the lead to 6 with 3:15 to go. Cascade takes a full timeout. So I really miss those days. And you think about really what happened there in the mid to late 90s. Bob Knight, amazingly, when you look at all the guys like Krzyzewski and Boeheim and Patino who've continued to keep their programs perennially ranked into their 60s and even 70s, and Bob Knight never had a great season after he was 52 years old. That was the 92-93 IU team. And he just was too darn stubborn and believed because he had been so successful for so long, he never had to change. But sports change and the atmosphere surrounding sports change. And Knight just refused to evolve with the changes, and IU became a second-rate program, and they've never dug their way out of that under Mike Davis or Kelvin Sampson or Tom Crean. Maybe Archie Miller will. But even so, college basketball just doesn't mean what it did in this state, and it's sad. It's something that I miss those days very much. Especially because you think back to the Big Ten in the 80s when I was growing up. I don't think there were a lot of really corrupt programs there. And now the pass goes, they put way too much on the pass, and it's another steal there by Owen Valley. And another three-pointer, no good, however. That would have got him within 3. However, Walker gets the rebound, pitches down to Du Bois, and it's stripped away, however, when he had it looked like he was going to get the layup. Now Richardson brings it up. Owen Valley still alive, down by 6. Still nearly 3 minutes to go. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. And now fight for the loose ball, and we got a whistle. So let's see what the foul is there. That's going to be on Walker. That's his second. Both coming in this quarter. And now a three-pointer, no good. And now ball thrown by Alderson off of a Cascade player out of bounds to Cascade. 2:44 to go, so the Cadets with the ball in a 6-point lead. This one's still theirs as long as they don't blow it. So now Du Bois with the ball. Brings it past midcourt. And now drives to the basket. He trips, however. Let's see what the call is. He did make some contact with another player. Du Bois seems to be really trying hard to draw contact tonight. So Du Bois goes to the line now. And that's going to be the third foul there on Raudebush. So 2 players now gone for Owen Valley, Atkinson being the other one. That's the 7th Patriots foul of the half. So Du Bois going to the free throw line now. Trying to add to his team high 13 points. Western coming in for Walker now. So Du Bois puts it up. He hits it. So he'll get another one. 7-point Cascade lead now. It's a 3-possession game with 2:36 to go. Du Bois with a team high 14. Second free throw, no good off the back of the rim. However, Stevenson gets the rebound, playing much above his size tonight. 2:30 to go now. Cascade with the ball and a 7-point lead. Stevenson with the ball at the left perimeter. Inside to Du Bois. Puts it up. He hit it. Du Bois with a game-high tying 16 now. And Cascade now pushes it up to 9. Owen Valley still alive with 2:14 to go, but they got to hurry. Well, they have to do what John Wooden says, be quick but don't hurry. That's one of my favorite John Wooden quotes. Got 9 points to make up, a little over 2 minutes now. Nicely in there by Harrington. He has a game-high 18, and it cuts the lead to 7, 1:52 to go. Now at the other end, Du Bois floater. He hits it, and he's fouled. They got him for an offensive foul. Boy, I guess they said Du Bois initiated the contact. That is his third. A minute 49 to go. So Owen Valley with the ball, trailing by 7. And now Wood, largely uncontested, misses a layup. Du Bois gets the rebound, pitches down court to Stevenson. Now Alderson drives to the basket, and he hits it. That goes a long way to sealing it. 9-point Cascade lead, 1:21 to go. Wood brings it down. Now pitches inside, but there's a miscommunication. It goes out of bounds to Cascade, and it's ours to lose now. Stevenson to inbound. And Du Bois is fouled immediately. Fouled by Marsh. I was starting to say earlier, about the player Chase Western getting an endorsement from the company Chase Western. I would have thought it was funny if the baseball player Milton Bradley got an endorsement from the game company Milton Bradley. No good on the first free throw there by Du Bois. Owen Valley does have it, so they're still alive. 1:07 to go. Harrington with the ball. Pitches inside. Wood inside to Harrington. Blocked out of bounds by Du Bois. Still Owen Valley ball, an even minute to go. They trail by 9. Looks like Cascade's going to get a win here in their home opener. They played their first 7 games on the road. One of them was one of them was a neutral site game. But anyway, jump shot way too much on it, and now it goes out of. Now it's rebounded there by Western, who's very aggressively fouled there by Harrington. So the foul's starting to mount for Owen Valley. Western going to the line now. He has 6 tonight. Cascade playing nobody on the lanes. 49.9 to go. Western hits the first free throw after about 5 or 6 bounces. He has 7 now. He hits them both. Western with 8, and it's an 11-point Cascade lead. They pretty well have this clinched now. 3-pointer there, no good. And Owen Valley gets the rebound, puts it back up, no good. Puts it back up again and draws the foul this time. So let's see. That will be Andrew Mauder going to the line. He is a 5'9" junior for the Patriots. 34.2 seconds to go, and Cascade leading by 11. So Mauder, his first free throw is up, and it is good. 6 players for each team have scored. Cascade leads by 10. So now Mauder on his second free throw is up and good. He hit them both. 9-point Cascade lead, 34.2 seconds to go. Stevenson inbounds, and now pitches down court to Alderson, who now gives it over to Du Bois, and he's fouled with 28.3 seconds to go, so Du Bois will go back to the line. No. So, no, it's good. They got Alderson for a foul. Sorry about that. So Owen Valley trailing by 9, 25 seconds to go. Long three there by Wood. No good. Rebound by Du Bois. And now he gives it over to Alderson. And let's see, will Owen Valley foul or will they just let it run out? Looks like they might let it run out. 13 seconds to go now. Yes, they're going to let it run out. So Cascade in their home debut, they get a big win over the Owen Valley Patriots by a score of 58-49. We'll be back with a recap and a preview to the girls' game tomorrow and the boys' game on Tuesday night after these final words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to thank and recognize them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health. Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, and Dunn Insurance Agency. Gold Partner, Endeavor Communications. Silver Partner, Electric Plus. And Bronze Partner, Hankey Photography, and DMH Photographics. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton for a final time tonight, where your Cascade Cadets have won their home opener over the Owen Valley Patriots by a score of 58-49. It's a game in which Cascade led 8-3 before Owen Valley ran off 11 points of their own. Then Cascade ran off 11 points of their own. And the teams really were neck and neck for the rest of the first half. Then, starting in the third quarter, Cascade started to pull away slowly. In the fourth quarter, Owen Valley threatened to get back in it a couple of times, but Cascade remained in a double-figure lead. In a multiple possession lead for the entire quarter, and pulled away to win by a final score of 58-49. Look at the individual scoring. First of all, for the Cascade Cadets, Dalton Du Bois, as usual, led the way with 16. But the great pleasant surprise for Cascade tonight is the scoring explosion of 2 players who combined to average less than 4 points a game on this season. Ross Stevenson managed to chip in 12 points tonight, and Dylan Compliment 11. 9 of those points coming on 3-point field goals. In addition, Chase Western also had an above-average offensive game with 8 points, while Michael Alderson had 5, and Michael Alderson had 6, and Benson Walker had 5. So once again, Du Bois 16, Stevenson 12, Compliment 11, Western 8, Alderson 6, and Walker 5. So that's unusually and very welcome balance for the Cadets, as I'll talk about more a little later. Meanwhile, for Owen Valley, Robert Harrington had a game-high 18, followed by Stefan Anderson with 10, Keaton Richardson with 10, Isaac Wood with 7, Cameron Marsh with 2, and Andrew Mauder with 2. So this is a game really, I mean, Cascade, they had 2 wins coming into tonight in their 7-game road neutral site stand to start off the season. But to come in here tonight, really having been largely a one-man team with Du Bois scoring about 40% of their points, having a hard time getting double figures out of anybody else, and then just come out and get double figures from 2 guys who, like I said, average it together less than 4 points a game on the season, and then to get nearly double figures from Western, who got 8. And then having, decent games from Alderson and Walker as well. If we keep that kind of balance up this season, I think we're going to, still finish above 500. And like I said, with Cooper Neese having graduated from Cloverdale, the sectional should be a lot more of a toss-up this year. So certainly, if you're a Cascade fan, you got to feel a lot better than you did a couple of hours ago before this game started. We'll see if this was a fluke. The performances by Compliment and Stevenson, but certainly it's something to feel good about. And, without it, we very well might not have won at the very least. I think it would have been a nail-biter. So, Du Bois was Du Bois. But, you go back to that Danville game last Saturday. Du Bois was Du Bois also. But, unfortunately, he just didn't have enough help. He started off that game, and granted Danville ranked number 11 going into that game, number 11 in Class 3A. Du Bois scored 7 points in the first minute 18. And then he was largely shut out for most of the rest of the game because Danville, with probably 4 guys who are going to play college ball, were able to contain Du Bois pretty well, and Cascade just didn't have any other guys who stepped up and did a whole lot. Certainly, tonight, had nobody else stepped up, it could have been a disaster when Du Bois went to the bench in the second quarter with 2 fouls and only 2 points. But, Stevenson and Compliment slowly went to work, and by the time, Du Bois came back in the third quarter and got on track, it was just the icing on the cake. And so certainly great game. This was an A- game, really, in my estimation, by the Cadets tonight. So if they keep on playing this level, they're going to win far more games. And maybe they will look back at this game. And remember, we're only about a third of the way through the season now. And this was our first home game. So I think that if this team does finish above 500 this season, which would be their second consecutive winning season, they went 14-9 last season. I think then the team will look back at this as really the game where they really found themselves, where they really came into their own and overcame the early season problems. And the girls still have a chance to do that tomorrow. In fact, fortunately they get to do it in less than 24 hours. And hopefully they will as well. But for the boys, fingers crossed, maybe this was the game. Certainly not a marquee opponent tonight, Owen Valley. But they were 2-2 coming into this game, and they're a 3A school. So certainly, at least an average team, and certainly a good enough team that we should feel good about this victory. So, anyway, we end up splitting the doubleheader tonight. The girls lost 66-51, but the boys came back and gave us a lot to cheer about in their win, 58-49. So, anyway, up next for Cascade is the Greencastle Tiger Cubs. It will be a road game that I hope you all will get out to. Greencastle is just about 20 miles west of here on US 40. They have a great gym, probably one of the best in the state among schools of that size. I commentated the regional there last season, and it actually looks like a mini version of Mackey Arena, so it felt right at home there. Greencastle currently has a record of 3-2 with wins over Crawfordsville, West Vigo, and South Putnam, and losses to Danville and Southmont. The only common opponent between Cascade and Greencastle is Danville, who beat us 89-46 and who beat Greencastle 60-42. The Tiger Cubs are led in scoring by 6-foot senior Colin York, who averages 18 points a game, followed by 5'10 freshman sensation Brody Whitaker, a relatively rare boy starter for a varsity basketball team. Brody Whitaker averages 13 points, 5.2 rebounds, a team-high 3.8 assists, as well as 1.6 steals per game. And 6'5 junior Gavin Bowman doesn't get as much press, but he might, be the best college prospect on the team. He averages 10 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game, making him among the state leaders in the latter two categories. The Cascade Greencastle rivalry has been very even in recent years. They've split their last 12 matchups, with Cascade winning last season at Clayton by a score of 64-56. After that, Cascade returns home next Friday to play the North Putnam Cougars, who are also currently 2-2. That will be the last Cadets game before the Christmas-New Year break. They return to action Tuesday, January 2nd, playing Avon at Danville in the opening round of the Hendricks County Basketball Tournament, which will also be our next boys broadcast. In the meantime, we have one more girls broadcast before the Christmas-New Year break. That will be tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. as Cascade hosts South Putnam. So once again tonight, Cascade splits a doubleheader with Owen Valley. The girls lose 66-51, but the boys get a big win, 58-49. So this concludes our broadcast. As always, thank you so much for listening, and I cordially invite you to do so again tomorrow at the special start time of 1:15 p.m. for the pregame show as your Cascade Cadets challenge the South Putnam Lady Eagles, and then again on Tuesday, January the 2nd at 5:45 p.m. as your Cascade Cadets challenge the Avon Orioles at Danville in the opening round of the Hendricks County Basketball Tournament. Until we meet again for AudioSportsOnline.com, this is Lec Zorn reminding you there is a difference only you can make.